Welcome back to another episode of Premiere, guys. This is me from the future. I thought I was going to record a different intro, so now I'm going to jump in right now. Let's get started. I'm back from Denver, had a great trip. I did catch the thing that's been going around the US for the past 2.5 years. Kind of over it. This is the third time I've had it. I will say, at least from my experience, it does get easier every single time that I go through it. So this is like a 4 out of 10. So I'm a little rough, a little weak. I may end up quitting early on this particular day just because I'm still kind of fighting through it. I took off yesterday just in case, but I'm still going to try to push through. Now, for this episode, we have a lot to get done. I only have 3 days to do it, and I want to get this whole car painted. It has been such an uphill battle, but I'm learning a lot, and I think I'm getting much better and more proficient at this work. So if you're new to the channel, you can go back to last week. I ended up body filling and priming all the dents in this vehicle. And as I just mentioned, my goal for right now is to paint this thing within the next 3 days. That means we gotta wet sand the entire car, we gotta wash the entire car, and then we have to tape the entire car, make sure it's dry, no dust on it, put down the paint booth, and then spray this whole thing out. That is a lot to get done, but realistically right now, I think we have about maybe 18 to 24 hours to knock this whole thing out and hopefully get it done in time. So with that said, I'm gonna start sanding this thing and hopefully get it done quick. So I kept having to sand and then repaint, sand and repaint, sand and repaint a couple of spots, and I just sanded down the last time some of those spots, and I'm starting to chip again just a little bit. But from my research, I can put on sealer over top of just like a little bit, as long as it's like little spaces and not an entire bare spot of metal, I should be okay putting sealer over top of that. So for instance, here's one of the little dime pieces. It's barely bigger than my pinky nail. On the backspace, a little sliver of metal. I don't think that's gonna be a big deal. Over here, again, a tiny little spot. I mean, maybe half my pinky nail. This one actually feathered out nice, so I'm not gonna mess with it anymore. And that one, I think, again, I have a little line like right in here, somewhere in there. But what I wanna do right now is sand the entire vehicle. I'll probably just scuff up the fenders and the bumpers with a gray Scotch-Brite, but the rest of them, I think I'm gonna sand probably 600, a really quick pass to get everything scuffed. I've decided I'm gonna seal everything, just because I'm gonna have this edge that'll start to turn dry. Like say I just sealed here, I'll have dry overspray here. And because this is single stage paint, I can't put a blender in here to make it wet. I'm gonna have to paint the whole thing anyway. So because of that, instead of going to buy another $200 in like this blender material, I'm just gonna put sealer over top of the whole thing and give it a nice fresh coat, smooth coat along everything that's getting painted. So with that said, I'm gonna get started sanding the entire car. The sanding is all done. It looks pretty good. I'm really impressed. Now the last thing I have to do before paint is to clean this whole car, tape it off, clean the room, drop everything, and just prep everything. So I did some errands today. I got a bunch of products that I'm gonna need to get this done efficiently. So I picked up some tubing for all of the door jambs here. So basically I wanna have a nice edge in all those creases back here as well, because if not, I get that where I have overspray on the inside of this, and now I have to figure out how to get this primer off and make this paint correctly. So I think I'm going to use a little lacquer thinner maybe on this corner to try to remove that. But yeah, like I said, first thing I want to do is kind of wipe this whole thing down. I want to remove the windows, tape everything off, and hopefully I get to painting today. If not, I'll run it into tomorrow and get it done. But I really want to get this project done. But right now I'm going to start assembling the second stand that I picked up so that I can paint both the bumpers at the same time. Okay, it is Saturday, and technically I'm out of time, but I really do want to get this thing finished. What I've decided to do is I'm going to try to push through today. I've been editing last night, and I'm hoping to get this today, but my body is starting to shut down. This thing going through me and all of this working, all my muscles are starting to seize up, get a little tight, and I'm just kind of feeling a bit exhausted. But everything's looking good so far. I'm going to try to crack at it. The next thing I want to do is I want to tape all of this off. So I got basically the whole roof done. I have all the windows done. I have all the plastics down below done. The engine bay is probably going to be one of the harder parts because I need to be able to paint the tops of these fenders and then the side and then tops of this hood. So I got to figure out how I can wrap the bottom of this and then the engine bay as well, and then hopefully be able to paint everything smoothly. But right now what I want to do is finish taping this stuff up, throw the plastic over the entire car, and then hopefully I'm going to drop the booth and start painting this thing. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Okay, so it is already 7 o'clock Saturday, so I'm not feeling too bad about working a little late. I do need to get a move on because I want to have this done at least before 9. Each coat is probably going to take 20 to 30 minutes. I'm probably going to do about 4 coats total. That's about 2 hours, so it's going to be right around 9 o'clock. I still have to wet this floor quick, which I'm probably not going to record, and then I'm going to push this out. So I'm really crunched for the time to get this thing done. It needs to happen right now. So I'm going to get after it. I'm probably not going to film the mixing. Last time I did that, it got me too distracted and ended up running out of hardener for my clear coat. So I'm probably gonna do the mixing. Maybe I'll record it. I'll probably do like a Vesco Pro for you guys to record this, just because I don't want the nice camera in here while there's overspray everywhere. So I'm gonna get after it. Okay, so the sealer is on and it's time to do the single stage. But the paint booth and the fans worked really well. I mean, if you see, those were brand new filters and they're filled with sealer. The fumes cleared out of here within seconds. I mean, I was really impressed. As far as the sealer came out, everything on the hood, this fender, these doors came out really good. Unfortunately, this sealer was supposed to be about 7 shades darker than this. I did not expect it to be this white. But even without that, it still was quite a bit hard to try to get everything painted. I think I might have to find a way to reconfigure like the rear bumper and the front bumper so that I can get a good spray, because I know there's spots that I missed because I was rushing, especially on the corners, trying to get down in here on both sides. It just got really tricky. But the other thing that happened is during the second mix of the sealer, I realized in the bottom of the can there was something chunky, so I tried to mix it in better, and I think what I did is ended up adding grit to my entire sealer job on the second bottle around. Everything from maybe about here back has this weird grit to it. The good thing is all the body lines look pretty good. I think I really knocked those out of the park. But before I put on the final coat, I have to wet sand this and really clean up the sealer because it's bad. It's real bad. Right now it's about 9:30 at night. I do not want to make my neighbors angry, and the wet sanding is going to take me at least an hour, maybe 2, just to make sure that it's dead on and going to put down a nice coat. So because of that, I think I'm going to have to wait a little bit on the final paint. So that'll definitely be in the next episode. But right now, I think I'm going to go start editing this video, and hopefully it's out in time for you guys to watch tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. So until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week, and I'll see you then. Later, guys.